Welcome back. It's Older American Month, and no better person to be with us today than Greg Steen from Senior Care Advocates. He joins us now. So, Older American Month. Who qualifies in this month?
I knew you were going to ask that. Don't look at me when you ask either. So, if you ask my kids, probably me, but it's got to be people older than me. So, like 65 and above.
21.
There you go. So, absolutely.
So how do we make sure that, and I was just listening to a podcast today where people call into a physician and they have problems and he tries to help them. And this person called in and said, my dad is aging, he's a veteran, he has Parkinson's. I can't care for him. He won't listen to me. He needs to move out of his apartment. He needs care, but he can't be at my house. And she just was at a loss. She did not know what to do. And I feel like that's what happens to a lot of people who end up having to care for parents or older loved ones. So how do we make sure that they're getting the care that they need?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
It's so long.
And it's like you just took a little segment out of what happens in our office every day. That's the calls. But I'll give you a good example. My neighbor in my neighborhood is about my age, quit his job to take care of his elderly parents, right? So he chose that route. Some people choose to bring in-home care, but you're also battling their own will, right?
Yes.
And their own rights. And so you always kind of have to go at their pace.
Yes.
So some people are pretty honest with themselves. They're like, yeah, I realize I kind of probably shouldn't be driving, or I'm slipping a little bit. But other people are like,
I have seen, in my experience, my grandma got very defiant in her older age. And so it can be very, very difficult.
It is. It really is. And the thing that, first of all, to answer your question, I mean, you have to understand what the resources are that are out there, what their rights are, what their options are, and then hopefully get some good counsel on how to introduce these things, because you know, everybody is a little bit different based upon their temperament, their personality, and just the honesty that the family dynamics present, you know.
How do we make sure that we're including our elderly loved ones? I find, my mom's not in the area, so she's not watching, but I find she wants to spend every waking moment with me, every holiday, every weekend, and I want them to feel included, but we also have to have our own lives.
So my mom probably is watching, so love you, Mom, but no, seriously, I think it's a great question, because there has to be a balance, right? Yeah. And they feel obligated to not be a burden and not, you know, pressure. But some people, they have nobody else, or they feel like it. And one of the things that Older Americans Month brings out is that people isolate over time, and especially if they've been a caregiver, and so they don't go to the church as much or to their restaurants that they're used to going to, and the friendships, maybe the bingo night or bunko or whatever. And so they feel like family is the only thing they have. And so they kind of like latch on, and they become this, you know, interesting opportunity to find your own life. But there's got to be a balance. And so I think that, you know, one thing that's really cool is, like, my grandkids live in Dallas, but I can see them every day because of FaceTime, right?
Yes.
I didn't have that when I was growing up. So things like that, you know, one of the greatest things I think to do is just write letters, right? And to keep them involved, make sure you're checking in on them, make sure that the important things are being looked after. You know, look at the lawn if they have a home and see how it's actually being done, and check the groceries in the fridge, and, you know, are the pets being fed, and, you know, the house being cleaned.
A great indicator of how well they're able to take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
And then we always talk about this. If you don't know where else to go, you don't know what to do, like the woman I was telling you about, just give Senior Care Advocates a call, and you can walk them through that process.
Yeah, we have some great resources for that.
Greg Steen, thank you so much. Now, my mom's problem is not that she has no friends. She has more friends than I do. She just loves her children. So that's a whole nother show. Greg Steen, thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll have the number for Senior Care Advocates online. Coming up, we continue the conversation around caring for our loved ones, changes coming to primary health insurance, and how to ensure your family is covered. That's next.